Hi guys, Black is here. I'm not pushing Valvoline oil, but I don't have a problem with Valvoline oil. I had a female relative to ask me to make a video on the best kind of oil any person should put in their car. Because, you go to AutoZone or Walmart and there's a whole wall of different kind of oil. And people wonder, what kind of oil should they put in their car? I'm gonna tell you it's like this. It's fairly simple. It's fairly simple. I'll go to Walmart because Walmart oil is cheaper, right? Same oil, but it's cheaper because they buy it in bulk or whatever. Buy whatever oil that comes in your car. Now, some people say, well, I can't go to Mercedes, or if I go to the Ford place or whatever, the oil is going to be hot. Yeah, but it makes it easier. You don't have to worry about what kind of oil to put in the car. Me owning a Mercedes now, I think I bought a quart of oil, Mercedes oil, before I bought I don't remember. But anyway, the point is this. If you can't afford to buy oil from the dealership, go to Walmart. Pick a brand name oil that's the right weight for your car. Some cars, the oil cap will tell you what kind of oil your car uses. Usually you can Google, believe it or not, you can Google and usually it'll give you the right oil weight for your car. Now, some years ago, when I say some years ago, I'm talking about over 30 years ago, I did not believe in synthetic oil. I was a conventional oil kind of person. I just felt synthetic was just I felt that it was good oil, but I didn't really think it was worth the money. So I was a conventional oil kind of person. And I had a 96 Chevrolet Tahoe. I don't know, it was like 180,000 miles. I really don't remember. But I would crank the car up and you would hear the engine knock a little bit. 1 or 2 seconds, they'd go away. So one day I decided to try some synthetic oil, not to stop the knock, just, I changed the oil myself so, I can afford it. So I bought some synthetic oil. I think it was Pennzoil. I put the oil in there and drove the truck around. The truck ran the same, Then one day I noticed that when I crank it up in the morning time, I didn't hear it knock anymore. And I'm thinking, maybe it's in my head, right? So the next oil change, I went back to conventional oil, whatever conventional oil I used to buy. And a week or two later, I went to crank the damn truck up. I heard the little knock again, clock, clock, and then stop. So I'm like, well, you know what? Apparently, some kind of way synthetic oil is better for my truck. And this was, again, 96 Chevrolet Tahoe, 5.7 or 350 or whatever. So I went back to synthetic motor oil, and I ran synthetic motor oil from that time on. Now, when I got some money, I started buying Mobil 1, because the first I think was Pennzoil for synthetic, but then I started buying Mobil 1. I heard it was the best motor oil you can buy, within reason anyway. So I think it was like $26 back then for 5 quarts at Walmart, which was higher than everywhere else, but I felt good using this oil, right? Then I bought the F-150 9 years ago, and Ford say Motorcraft 530 synthetic blend. Now everybody will tell you that full synthetic is better than synthetic blend, right? But I'm sure Ford knows that, but Ford said to use synthetic blend. So that's what I've been using in my F-150. It's 9 years old. It's got 116,000 miles. It does not smoke. It does not use much oil. I very, very seldom have to put oil. If I used to go about 8,000 miles. So when I get close to that 8,000 miles, I may have to add half a quart, right? Sometimes I have to add a quart. But the point I'm bringing up is When I started using Motorcraft, 'cause Motorcraft was like $18 for a 5-quart container at Walmart, right? And I'm like, $18 versus $26 with the Mobil 1. I'm like, man, I'm switching to Motorcrafts. Hell, I started putting Motorcraft in my Trailblazer, and it's a Chevrolet, right? But it runs 5-30. So I was running Motorcraft Synthetic Blend in my Trailblazer. Now, it's got 200,000 miles, and man, that thing, I changed the oil in it about every 7,000 miles. Now, it has a monitoring light, right? It comes on to tell you to change the oil. I go about 7,000 miles, and then I change it. I haven't had any problem. I mean, in the 7,000 miles, I might have to put a quart in it. I might. I think right now, I checked it the other day. I think it's like maybe 5,000 or 6,000 miles on it, and it's like maybe a quart low. But it's still, that Trailblazer, that dipstick is crazy on it. It's real short, but from the crosshatch, from the top to bottom, is 2 quarts, believe it or not. Halfway is 1 quart. But anyway, to make it simple, like I said, just go to dealership and buy your oil. And if you can't afford to go to dealership and buy your damn oil, buy Valvoline, Pennzoil, Quick Estate, you know, those high-ass oils, what's that, Royal Purple, and that oil is just too damn high. Is it better than Valvoline? Probably, but I don't think you have a problem using Valvoline, you know. You know, to be honest with you, what made me pick Pennzoil was I think it was the cheapest synthetic oil at Walmart back then. And that's why I bought it. But right now, someone asked me, what kind of oil am I going to put in my Cadillac when I get it? By the way, it's the engine still at the machine shop. Probably Pennzoil or whatever, the cheapest. I'm not putting what they call SuperTech. I'm not putting SuperTech in my damn Cadillac. But it's going to either be Pennzoil or Valvoline, whichever one has got the cheapest full synthetic oil. After I run it for maybe, I don't know, maybe a year or whatever, I might switch to Motorcraft Synthetic Blend, because the Cadillac used 5-30 also. But I hope I didn't really mean to make this video this long, and I try not to get too complicated, but like I said, if you can't afford to buy your oil at a dealership, go Walmart and buy whatever brand. As long as it's a brand name, you're okay. I wouldn't buy that SuperTech. I really would. Dre, y'all have a good day.